The fastest tank division in history changed the course of a war. In World War II, Germany's Panzer divisions played a pivotal role with their rapid mechanized forces. With over 2,000 tanks used in the blitzkrieg tactics, they swept through Europe at astonishing speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. By 1940, the divisions achieved a stunning victory in just 6 weeks, defeating France and leading to the capture of Paris. These divisions utilized innovative tactics, integrating infantry, artillery, and air support. Notably, the Panzer IV and the Panther tanks became symbols of their might, showcasing engineering marvels that transformed warfare forever. The Second World War witnessed the emergence of a new era in military history: mechanized warfare. At the forefront of this revolution were Germany's Panzer divisions, formations of tanks, motorized infantry, and supporting units that redefined battlefield tactics. Their impact was immediate and profound, forever altering the way wars would be fought. The Panzer divisions were not merely about numbers, they represented a radical shift in military thinking. Their speed, mobility, and firepower allowed them to penetrate enemy lines with unprecedented speed and disrupt traditional defensive strategies. This new approach, known as blitzkrieg, or lightning war, caught many of Germany's adversaries completely off guard. The Panzer divisions were more than just instruments of destruction. They were symbols of German military prowess and innovation. Their successes in the early years of World War II sent shockwaves through the Allied nations, forcing them to rethink their own military doctrines and adapt to this new and deadly form of warfare. The origins of the Panzer divisions trace back to post-World War I. Restricted by the Treaty of Versailles, Germany secretly developed tanks. Military thinkers like Heinz Guderian led this clandestine effort. Guderian envisioned tanks as the primary offensive force. Panzer divisions focused on combined arms operations. By WWII II, Germany had 6 formidable Panzer divisions. Blitzkrieg, often misunderstood as a singular tactic, was in reality an operational doctrine that emphasized speed, surprise, and the concentration of forces. It was a coordinated assault that combined the elements of armored warfare, mobile infantry, tactical air power, and artillery into a devastating symphony of destruction. The fundamental principle of blitzkrieg was to avoid frontal assaults and instead seek to break through enemy lines at their weakest points. Panzer spearheads, supported by mobile infantry and tactical air power, would then exploit these breakthroughs, bypassing and encircling enemy strongpoints and disrupting their command and control structures. Speed was of the essence in blitzkrieg. The rapid advance of panzer formations was designed to overwhelm enemy defenses before they had time to react. Captured roads and bridges were crucial for maintaining momentum, and any delays could give the enemy time to regroup and reinforce their positions. The effectiveness of blitzkrieg relied heavily on the element of surprise. German attacks often commenced with little or no warning, catching their adversaries off guard and sowing chaos within their ranks. The psychological impact of these swift and unexpected assaults often proved as devastating as the physical destruction they wrought. The German invasion of Poland in 1939 provided the first full-scale demonstration of blitzkrieg in action. The speed and ferocity of the German advance shocked the world. Polish forces, equipped with outdated weapons and relying on outdated tactics, were simply overwhelmed. Panzer divisions, spearheaded by the Panzer I and Panzer II tanks, sliced through Polish defenses, their advances supported by relentless Luftwaffe bombing and strafing runs. Within weeks, Poland was overrun, its armies shattered and its government in exile. The success in Poland emboldened Hitler and the German High Command. In the spring of 1940, they unleashed their Panzer divisions against France, a nation considered to have one of the strongest armies in the world. The French, confident in their static defenses along the Maginot Line, were ill-prepared for the speed and audacity of the German attack. German Panzer divisions, bypassing the heavily fortified Maginot Line, surged through the Ardennes forest, a region considered impassable by the French. This audacious maneuver caught the French completely by surprise, leading to a swift and decisive victory for the Germans. Section 5. The Eastern Front, a turning point. The invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941, Operation Barbarossa, marked a turning point in the war. The vast distances and harsh terrain presented challenges unlike anything the Germans had faced before. While the initial stages saw impressive victories, the tide began to turn. The Red Army mounted a fierce resistance, and the Germans found themselves bogged down. The harsh Russian winters took a heavy toll on men and equipment. The Panzer Division struggled in the mud and snow of the Eastern Front. Despite these challenges, they continued to play a crucial role. They were involved in some of the largest and most brutal battles in history. Section 6. Technological Prowess, Panzer IV and Panther. The Panzer IV and the Panther tanks were two of the most iconic weapons of World War II, symbolizing German technological prowess and the fearsome reputation of the Panzer divisions. These tanks, though not without their flaws, were formidable fighting machines, embodying the German emphasis on firepower, mobility, and armor protection. The Panzer IV, constantly upgraded throughout the war, was the workhorse of the Panzer divisions, participating in virtually every major campaign. Its reliable design and adaptability made it suitable for a variety of roles, from infantry support to tank versus tank combat. The Panther, introduced later in the war, was designed specifically to counter the increasing threat posed by Soviet tanks like the T-34. With its sloped armor, powerful 75mm gun, and superior speed, the Panther was a fearsome opponent on the battlefield. Despite their technological sophistication, the Panzer IV and Panther faced limitations. They were often outnumbered by their Soviet counterparts, and mechanical reliability remained an issue, especially in the harsh conditions of the Eastern Front. Nevertheless, these tanks became synonymous with the Panzer divisions, epitomizing the deadly combination of German engineering and military doctrine. Section 7. Combined Arms, the Key to Success. The success of the Panzer divisions cannot be attributed solely to the tanks themselves. Crucial to their effectiveness was the concept of combined arms warfare, the seamless integration of different military branches working in concert to achieve a common objective. The Panzer divisions were not merely tank formations, they were self-contained combat units that included mechanized infantry, artillery, reconnaissance units, combat engineers, and air support elements. This integration of different arms, all capable of moving at high speeds, allowed the Panzer divisions to adapt to a variety of battlefield situations. The role of mechanized infantry was crucial in exploiting breakthroughs achieved by the tanks. Equipped with armored personnel carriers, they could keep pace with the advancing panzers, providing close-in support and clearing out enemy positions that threatened the tanks. Artillery, both self-propelled and towed, provided the Panzer divisions with much-needed firepower, capable of disrupting enemy defenses, suppressing anti-tank weapons, and breaking up counterattacks. The close coordination between tanks, infantry, and artillery was a hallmark of German operational doctrine. Section 8. A lasting legacy on modern warfare. The impact of Germany's Panzer divisions on modern warfare cannot be overstated. Their revolutionary tactics and combined arms approach sent shockwaves through military establishments around the world, forcing a fundamental reassessment of traditional military doctrines. The blitzkrieg, though ultimately unsuccessful in securing victory for Germany, demonstrated the decisive potential of mobile, mechanized warfare. The Allies, initially stunned by the speed and ferocity of the German onslaught, were forced to adapt quickly, adopting many of the principles of blitzkrieg in their own armored formations. The legacy of the Panzer divisions can be seen in the organization and tactics of modern armies. The concept of combined arms warfare, pioneered by the Germans, remains a cornerstone of military doctrine today. The integration of tanks, infantry, artillery, and air power, all operating in a synchronized and coordinated manner, is essential for success on the modern battlefield. The technological innovations of World War II, particularly in tank design and communication, had a profound impact on subsequent military technology. The Panzer IV and Panther, though eventually surpassed by later tank designs, set new standards for firepower, mobility, and protection, influencing the development of armored vehicles for decades to come. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring impact of the Panzer divisions. The Panzer divisions, though ultimately defeated alongside Nazi Germany, left an indelible mark on military history. Their revolutionary tactics, combined arms approach, and technological advancements transformed the battlefield and forever altered the way wars would be fought. The blitzkrieg, though initially highly effective, ultimately proved to be a flawed doctrine, unsustainable in the face of determined resistance and logistical challenges. The German defeat on the Eastern Front highlighted the importance of industrial capacity, strategic depth, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances, factors that ultimately proved decisive in the Allied victory. The legacy of the Panzer divisions serves as a reminder that technological superiority and tactical innovation, while important, are not guarantees of victory. The human element, the courage and resilience of soldiers on both sides, the strategic vision of leaders, and the industrial might of nations all play crucial roles in determining the outcome of conflicts. The Panzer divisions, despite their association with the horrors of Nazi aggression, offer valuable lessons in military history. Their story underscores the importance of adaptability, combined arms operations, and the enduring impact of technology on the conduct of warfare, lessons that remain relevant in the 21st century.